Two teams are ready to race around an Italian antiques market in search of competition-winning collectibles.
That is one of the biggest collectibles I've ever seen.
It's brilliant.
But will they find exotic Italian antiques or just get stuck in first gear?
Do you know, I've got to tell you what I really like about this. Nothing.
And which of our contenders will cruise to victory? Let's get ready to rummage. Welcome to the picturesque city of Modena, which is famous for its cathedral, its balsamic vinegar, and being the birthplace of the tenor, Luciano Pavarotti. But of course, if you say the word Modena to most people, they think of just one thing, Ferrari. And indeed, the car factory is just a few miles outside of the city, while its founder, Enzo Ferrari, was a very loyal citizen of Modena. And today, we have two teams of British bargain spotters who are ready to go full throttle in search of some exotic Italian antiques. Modena sits on the edge of the Po Valley in the North Italian region of Emilia-Romagna. The area is affectionately known as Supercar Valley because it's also home to Lamborghini and Maserati. But Modena has more to offer than just fast cars. It's a thriving city which offers great shopping, good food and grand architecture. From the 13th century, the city was ruled by the Este family, who made it the capital of their duchy and turned it into one of the wealthiest towns in Italy. Well, our contestants don't have to be rich to succeed. In fact, they have only got £350 each to spend on Italian collectibles, and they're going to be looking for a really good deal so that they can make a profit when they get back to the UK. And that isn't as easy as it sounds. But we do have two teams who are up for the challenge, so let's go and meet them. Today, family loyalties will be put to the test as a mother and daughter go head-to-head. First up is daughter Zoe from Wimbledon. She's had a long career in fashion and she's passionate about vintage clothing. But there's nothing old hat about the way she does business.
I do marketing and PR, so I'd hope to think that I can bring my marketing out when I'm selling at the table, and my loud mouth.
Zoe's bargain-spotting sage is Jonty Herndon, whose illustrious career in collectibles means that he's always tuned into the best antiques. Competing against Zoe is her mother, Sue, who lives in Wiltshire. Sue adores antiques and mixes business with pleasure by working in an auction house. But she reckons it's her buying skills that will ensure victory.
I reckon I'm going to win this by buying a couple of good quality items that will sell well back in the UK. Funky items also, which I think again will sell well.
Aiding and abetting Sue is antiques wizard Mark Franks. He's got more tricks up his sleeve than a magician, and he may well have to wave his magic wand today. So, now we've met the teams, let's get on with the game. Good morning, bargain spotters.
Morning, Angela.
Now, you see, we're in Modena, which is the home of high-performance sports cars, so I hope that you all feel inspired to go zooming around the market today looking for real high-octane bargains. And Zoe, I know that you have spent, what, a lifetime working in the fashion industry, so is that going to be high on your list today?
Yes, vintage clothing and hopefully some jewellery.
So do you think, Jonty, that you can be a bit of a fashion guru today?
Well, we are in the country which is the home of the designer label. And usually in markets, in Italian markets, there's usually somebody selling jewellery and often people selling clothes. So we might be in luck today.
Well, potentially you could be the smartest people in the market come the end of the day. But Sue, how about you? Because I know you've got a particular interest in porcelain. Is that what you're going to be looking for today?
Yeah, I'll be looking for some porcelain, some pictures perhaps, a bit of garden furniture maybe.
Well, garden furniture is something that we've seen quite a lot of in Italy, isn't it, Mark?
Yes, it's a very good seller. The only thing is you don't want to buy it out of season to sell it out of season. But we'll be looking for pictures for sure.
Right, well, I'm going to give you your money now, £350 worth of euros.
Thank you.
Remember, you've got to spend all of it on at least 10 items. And do listen to your experts, because although there are things that you may see that you absolutely love, you have to remember two important words. Is it going to be collectible or is it rejectable? They will advise you, though the final decision will be yours, and whatever you decide to buy will go in these magic little books. Okay, so if you're all ready, belt up and let's get buying.
Do you think I look good in this?
Oh, I feel a little horse.
I feel like an old granny.
You don't look like one.
Going around in circles, a bit like us actually.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic.
Well, while Sue and Zoe get up to speed, let me remind you of how this works. I've given each of them £350 worth of euros, and they have to spend all of it on at least 10 items. But it's no good saying, oh, I'd like that and take it home for myself. They've got to be things that they know they can sell at a market in the UK, because whoever takes the most money on that occasion, they're the winner. But before they make any rash purchases, Mark wants to talk tactics.
Well, I've got a bit of a plan. See what you think about this, right? Jonty seems to think you're going to buy all sort of twee, boring stuff. And I suggest you buy funky stuff. 70s, 60s, bright colours. What do you think?
Good idea. That'd be great.
And that's why we're going to win. Simple as that.
Okay.
Mark's as confident as ever, but Zoe and Jonty are one step ahead on the collectibles catwalk.
Wow, corset.
Oh, wow, it's an original box too. Look at that. Now here, inside just these compartments here, this is where we should have real whalebone, certainly in the 19th century, but I have a sense this is a lot younger than this. But look at the size of that.
wicked.
I could put it around my wrist.
That's not your waist.
Let alone my waist.
Sue and Mark are sizing up their first piece.
What's this?
Funky, German,
Funky.
made in Germany. They made a lot of china with drip glaze on it.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice, quite simple. If it's cheap enough, I'll give it a go.
Do you think you could sell something like that at home if it was the right price?
If it was the right price and it had everything there, yeah, but it's not got the string.
Now, how much is it? It's 40 quid.
Yeah.
Don't think we do much
No,
about
I
that, do you?
don't. It's a shame though. They're
Yeah.
worth hundreds if they're proper old corsets.
Yeah, there was always a market for that sort of thing. I mean,
They
for
are.
costume jewellery, people who wanted to
And people
use
wear
the
them
real
to go out to
macabre.
parties in now.
Really?
Yeah, just corsets.
Not
Quite
the parties,
sexy.
not the parties I get to.
Obviously not.
Zoe is saying no to the expensive corset, but will Sue and Mark be saying ja to their funky German pottery?
Ciao, quanto costa?
Oh, 50 euros, please.
15. 15's about a tenner. It's not
Yeah.
bad. What are we going to ask for it in the UK?
Oh, that's the point.
I would value it sort of 10 to 20 quid.
Right, okay.
So I think we need to knock him down a little bit to
yeah,
have a chance.
okay, yeah. I
Can you
think
do it
we
for 10, please?
Oh, it's quite too much.
Well, at the end of the day, we sort of value it at a tenner, and he wants a tenner for it. We're not here to get our money back, we're here to make a profit. So what do you think? Collectible or rejectable?
Rejectable.
I agree. And therefore, I think we should trot on.
Okay.
So for now, the money belt stays zipped up and the teams have a busy day's bargain spotting ahead of them. If you fancy taking in Modena's exotic mix of cars and collectibles, then why not pack your bags and come for a visit? Budget flights are available to the nearby city of Bologna, and from there, it's a half-hour drive into Modena. When you arrive here, you'll notice that most people travel around on 2 wheels, not 4, so why not hire yourself a bicycle and see the city in true Italian style? But before we go racing off, there's some serious shopping to be done, and it's my turn to splash some cash. Well, Sue and Zoe are certainly getting the measure of the prices here in this Italian market, so I wonder how they're going to do when it comes to guessing the price of today's bonus item. Now, that's something that I've bought on one of these stalls, and a little later in the programme, I'm going to give them the opportunity of trying to guess how much I paid for it in pounds. And whoever gets the closest, well, for them, it becomes the bonus item, which means that when they sell it on their stall back in the UK, whatever they make for it will be pure profit. Now today I've chosen this. It's a very simple, very practical little 1950s pressed glass water jug. And you can see here, there are the joins where the 4 pieces of the mould on this jug were put together. Now, nice, simple little piece of glassware, but how much did I pay for it? We'll find out who can guess and get the closest, because for them, it really will be pure profit. And this game is all about profit, so our teams had better hurry up and sniff out some bargains.
So, what have you found?
I found this rather nice cupboard, I think. I don't know about what you think about it. Do you think it's original?
Well, let's have a look at it. Right. Now, first thing I noticed is its colour.
Right.
Now, what sort of wood is that? Any idea?
Possibly oak.
It's an oaky colour. It's got that sort of somewhere between oak and mahogany colour, hasn't it?
Has.
Do you want to know what it is?
Go on. Yeah.
It's pine.
Oh, really?
It's old pine, but it's been stained and coloured up,
Yeah,
okay?
it's nice.
Zoe and Jonty are trying to get hooked up with their first buy.
Anything on here you like? It's all sort of laid out here, isn't it?
Coat hooks.
These are surefire sellers, actually.
That's
Have a look at
nice.
them. Look, if you could get something like for 20 quid, it's a surefire bet. Now, interestingly, these masks here that are applied in the middle are very typically Italian. You don't find them anywhere else. But originally, these were designed to put your hat on them. That's the reason why we've got this broad stem at the bottom there. Because when something like this would be made in the 20s, everyone wore a hat.
Be good now because hats are back in fashion.
Hats are back in vogue.
Hats are back in vogue, so.
But more importantly, everyone has a coat, especially in the winter.
Definitely.
And everyone would need one of these.
Now look at these things here. These are called pin hinges or drop-in hinges. And quite simply, the whole door will lift off.
Yeah. Oh, fabulous.
Okay? Look at these lines. See all these lines?
Yeah.
They're saw marks. Now, can you see the sort of the gap is fairly irregular? Mm-hmm. Hand cut, not machine cut.
Yeah.
So it's probably pre-1900s. So straight away, we've got an idea of dating it. Have a look at that screw. The cut through the centre of it is not perfectly central. So that's a handmade screw. So we can drop it back another 50 years.
Wow.
So it's probably 1820s, 1830s, I would guess.
So if we can get that for 20 quid, I think you could double your money
Brilliant.
if you were greedy and
Definitely.
cheeky. And I think you'd be cheeky.
I could be cheeky. Definitely be
Okay,
cheeky.
where's the... Signor, quanto costa?
38 euro.
30. For me. For her.
Vabbè, dai, 30.
Yeah?
Sì.
Grazie. Excellent. We've got that for £20.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah? Good. Pay the man the money.
Oh,
Excellent. Zoe and Jonty have bagged their first bargain, and there should be plenty of profit in the coat hooks. But when are Sue and Mark going to put their money where their mouths are?
Corner cupboards are hugely popular.
yeah. I love
But there's
them.
one downside of a corner cupboard.
Go on.
You can't get anything in them. It looks great on the wall, but you try getting anything in there, the area you've got is tiny. For example, look, now, by rights, this plate should fit in there, but it won't.
Now, it's all very fascinating, Mark, but get to the point. Should Sue buy it?
Right, here we go, Sue.
Price?
380 euros, which is over 200, about 250 quid.
A lot of money.
240 quid. Well,
Yeah.
Sue, I've got one question to ask you. A £240 corner cupboard, is it collectible?
No.
Or rejectable?
Rejectable.
I agree.
So, despite loving the corner cupboard, Sue and Mark are still empty-handed. The market here in Modena happens on the fourth weekend of every month, with around 300 stallholders setting up in the city's Parco Novi Sad. It's the biggest regular antiques market in Emilia-Romagna, and it offers everything from cut-price collectibles to appetising antiques. If you can't find what you're looking for here, there are other markets in the nearby towns of Budrio and Novellara. But here in Modena, there's all sorts on offer, and Mark's picked out some architectural antiques.
If you imagine a big, important house in Venice, and above the huge window or the big door in the centre, at the pinnacle, would be one of these.
Actually, this is rather nice too, because look, you've got these dolphins on the top of this one, and certainly in Venice you do get lots of these sort of maritime references.
Exactly. But if you go to Venice, you'll see lots of these. They're hand-carved, and they're about 200 years old. Now, you've heard of the saying, a pigeon pair.
Yeah.
Now, antique dealers quite often use that term, and what it basically means is a non-matched pair. And this is what we would call this. They've both got these lovely sort of roundels in the centre there, so that's what matches them up. So they're very, very similar. Now, are they collectible? Are they rejectable? Well, I personally think they're very, very collectible. They're £250 each, which I think is what they're worth. Can you imagine in a nice country garden, slightly overgrown, these just sitting there? Just wouldn't they look great?
Yeah, just among the herbaceous border. Absolutely.
I think they're beautiful.
Beautiful pieces. But enough sitting around. Mark's got bargains to find, so while he catches up with Sue, I'm off to find out more about the sophisticated city of Modena. For centuries, this is a city that has prospered through the solidarity of its loyal citizens. During the Middle Ages, Modena was an independent city-state, and the people who lived here were quite naturally very proud of their home. So in 1099, they clubbed together to build this grand cathedral, so that they could house the tomb of their beloved patron saint, San Gimignano. The cathedral was designed by an architect called Lanfranco and is constructed from brick, stone and marble. Now, not all of these materials were readily available, so the builders had to recycle Roman ruins and tombstones from elsewhere in the city. The main structure was finished in 1184, but it wasn't until the 14th century that it gained its most impressive feature. Throughout this period, no cathedral worth its salt would have been complete without its own independent bell tower, and Modena was no exception. It was built as a separate structure, a campanile, and completed in 1319. It was a symbol of strength and power, and it was really there to intimidate Modena's nearest rival, the city of Bologna. The history of rivalry between Modena and the much larger Bologna goes back to the Middle Ages, when they were both city-states vying for power. In the 14th century, Modena's cathedral bell tower was mainly used to warn the city of impending attacks, but it also became home to a proud symbol of the Modenese people's strength and daring. In 1325, during a particularly unpleasant battle between the two cities, a group of soldiers from Modena got into Bologna and took one of the buckets from one of Bologna's 3 main city wells. Well, they brought it back here, stuck it up on top of the cathedral bell tower as a sort of trophy of war, and it stayed there for well over 600 years. But then, in the mid-1980s, a group of students from Bologna snuck in and tried to steal back the bucket. The plot was foiled, but the people of Modena realised that they must put their precious bucket in a place of safety, so it's now in the city's museum. And the one that hangs here inside the bell tower is just a replica, but it does go to show that even something as humble as a bucket can have incredible value. Back at the market, Zoe and Jonty are getting excited about their own humble water carrier.
Well, there's a storage jar and a half. Look at the size of that.
That is fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
Can you imagine how much liquid you could put into that?
Wine.
Well, that's exactly what they would have been used for. And that kind of shape has been used literally for centuries here in Italy.
I can sell this.
You can?
I can.
Yeah?
That is brilliant.
Fabulous.
Zoe is full of enthusiasm, but rival Sue's snail-pace spending is sending the stallholders to sleep. So far, she and Mark have been very fussy, but he's still convinced that they should bide their time.
We've got to make a profit, really.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not here just spending money willy-nilly. To win this, as we will, we have to make a
course.
profit. So, we have to concentrate and look at every single stall. Now, follow me, I've just spotted something.
How much is this lovely storage jar?
I could make for you 10 euros.
10 euros?
Yes.
10 euros, that's 7 quid. You couldn't do it for this lovely lady for 5 euros.
It's 5 euros?
Yeah.
It's not so lovely. I'm sorry. But 8 I could do that.
8 euros?
Yes.
You've got to
8
purchase
euros.
it.
I could...
€8.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. You take it to England?
Yes, and we're going to fill it with wine.
I rather think the wine's going to cost a lot more than the storage jar. Nonetheless, Zoe is sprinting ahead. Come on, Sue, do keep up.
Come on, we haven't spent any money yet, so
Okay,
let's
all
get
right,
on with it. Let's
okay,
find
right,
something nice.
right. Well,
This is quite nice.
I think that looks quite... It does look quite nice. Yeah?
I think it's
Nice,
got
bit
definitely a bit of
different.
style.
I like those at the back as well.
You surprise me because they're big old lumps, aren't they?
They're
And you
great.
can imagine those in a
Yeah.
funky flat, you
Oh,
know, a young
brilliant.
person's flat.
Speedy spenders Zoe and Jonty are at it again.
that is
Great fun.
really lovely.
Lovely shape. This is probably French. We just didn't make this kind of shape back in the UK. The French loved making this and exported them all over, really mainland Europe. So we're looking at something that's probably 1950s, 1960s in date. What I love about it, you notice there's no chips or breaks. That's really very, very important when it comes to glass. But it's so retro And back in the UK, the market is really hot for something like this.
These are real nice bits. I wouldn't be at all surprised if these not made by some Italian designer or something.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into
Perhaps
that a
60s,
little bit.
70s? What do you
60s,
think?
70s,
Really?
nice bit of glass, easily rewirable. Just
Yeah,
take them to your
yeah,
local electric
yeah.
shop.
Oh.
Chances are we'll sell them to another dealer.
Yeah.
The big problem is they're not going to be cheap. I know
No.
that for sure.
At the moment, there's got a price tag here of about £60. I think that's about the money.
Yeah.
So if we can get it for slightly less,
Yeah,
I think there's a profit in it.
definitely. I
All right.
think it's fair.
Signora, is it possible for 60 euros?
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Okay, grazie, grazie. Okay, that is about 40 quid.
That is fantastic.
Yeah?
Yes.
I would pay the lady the money before she changed her mind.
Zoe's extended her lead again, and I'm beginning to wonder if Sue and Mark can ever catch up. Come on, Mark, give us your best Italian.
Ciao, l'ottimo for questa.
180 per tutti e tre.
180.
Sì.
180, 180 euros, which works out about 120, 125 quid,
I
something
think
like
that's
that.
brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's for all
excellent.
three of them.
That's for
Yeah,
all three
that's
of them.
brilliant. Yeah.
So
I
come
think
on
we
in,
do well.
collectible, rejectable?
Collectible, definitely.
Give him the money then.
Well, they waited a long time for their first buy, but when it came, it was a biggie, and they've spent £122 on 3 contemporary lights. Suddenly, this mother-daughter contest looks much closer. Now, antiques come in all shapes and sizes, and while most of us stick to smaller items, there are some people whose collecting knows no bounds. I've travelled a few miles out of Modena to see a collection that is so ambitious, it has to be kept in a dedicated property. I've managed to get access to this lovely 15th century rural palazzo. It's owned by a man who's a passionate collector of cars. He's called Mario Regini. And over the past 40 years, he's amassed some 500 vehicles, which reflect a century of motoring. Now, if you make an appointment, you too can come and drool over what is an extraordinary collection that lies behind these very anonymous-looking stable doors. For car lovers, this is paradise, because filling the stables are scores of classic vehicles from famous Italian makers like Alfa Romeo, Bugatti and Lancia. There's even the odd British mark on display, and the oldest car here is an 1894 Volvo Benz from Germany. This was the first production vehicle made by Carl Benz, who's often acknowledged as the father of the motor car. But the Velo Benz isn't the only car here with a fascinating history. This 1929 Alfa Romeo was originally owned by the Italian fascist leader Benito Mussolini. Now, in 1933, the Alfa Romeo company was really strapped for cash, so it was taken over by the state. And that means that for most of his dictatorship, Mussolini very proudly rode around in the back of an open-topped Alfa Romeo. Well, a car like this, with that kind of provenance, is going to be very valuable indeed. To give you some idea, in 1995, another Mussolini Alfa Romeo went under the hammer in London and sold for a staggering £195,000. But when it comes to valuable vehicles, the centrepiece of this collection is a sleek 1940s sports car. Now, on first impressions, there are no obvious badges or famous logos, but look a bit closer and you'll realise that this is a landmark car in the history of motoring. In the late 1930s, a young man called Enzo Ferrari was designing cars for Alfa Romeo, but he desperately wanted to make cars under his own name. But of course, while he was under contract to Alfa Romeo, he was strictly forbidden from doing so. Nevertheless, he went ahead and built his first car. And this is it, the #1 Ferrari. Obviously, you can't put a price on something like this, but the most expensive car ever sold at auction was a Ferrari. It was a Ferrari 250 GTO, and it sold for £6 million. If you'd like more information on the Regini collection or anything else we've seen in Modena, then why not go to our website? We're at bbc.co.uk/lifestyle. Back at the market, Jonty's trying to prove that you don't have to be a millionaire to collect cars.
Zoe, this is the ultimate boy's toy, and I'm thrilled to find this here in Modena.
God, it's an old one.
It's fantastic.
model.
It's proper tin. It's lovely. It's great. And look, inside, you've got its own engine.
Oh my God.
Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed the very famous prancing horse,
Yep.
which is the emblem, the famous emblem of Ferrari. Now, that was given to Enzo Ferrari by a very famous airline pilot from the Air Force. It's a lovely thing, and it's also very synonymous with racing, and we are talking one of the most successful racing teams ever. Now, for £10, we could buy the ultimate collectible here in Modena. What do you think?
I think we should.
A definite?
Definite.
And I tell you what, Mark's going to be green with envy.
Well, it's not my dream car, but it is another bargain for Zoe and Jonty. After a sluggish start, Sue and Mark are finally coming to the boil.
Oh, look at this. This is
What? This is
a
what?
bit different.
Do you like that?
A thermos, I think.
A vacuum flask is the correct
Yes,
terminology.
I don't think my such is this.
Well, the thermos company started around about the turn of the century, but it was about 15, 20 years before that it was invented by a French guy called Jules Viola. And it wasn't for keeping drinks warm in, it was for keeping liquids in laboratories warm.
Well, rival Zoe reckons she spotted her own piece of hot property.
Got to get it to it before my mother.
This one here?
Yes, because we've
Wow,
both seen
look at
it,
that.
and I think it's lovely.
Let's have a look at that. Look at amazing. Now that's proper Italian pottery. Proper Italian pottery. It's
Right.
meant to be Italian maiolica, which was really first introduced to this country in the 12th century. So it has a long established history. And all these colours, all this sort of busyness is very, very typical Italian wear. Or probably Tuscan, I would imagine.
Do you know, I've got to tell you what I really, really like about this. Nothing.
I was going to say, you're going to tell me, weren't you?
It's
I
dreadful.
sort of get the drift, and I'm sort of with you on that, but I think it's rather...
Do you think it's going to sell?
Yeah,
You do?
I do.
OK, let's try and get it for a better price. I can tell you that I do not think it's going to sell.
OK.
Now, if this had been, say, 15th, 16th, 17th century, the craftsmanship in the decoration would have been quite superb. But look at this. Look how crudely these cherubs have been executed. Can you see
Yeah.
how badly they have been done?
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's got their pen brush out and just made a few marks. And it's probably, because it's so large, it's still going to be shed loads of money. I would imagine that that's probably ballparks of £200-300 at the very least.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and again, it's just too much money for us. So sadly, it's rejectable.
Great.
All right?
Yep.
It's a reproduction.
While Zoe and Jonty wave goodbye to the maiolica, Mark has found himself haggling for an item that he hates.
Ciao.
Ciao. Dimmi.
How are you? You all right?
Giorgio.
Giorgio, I'm Marco.
Marco, dimmi.
Your price is 30. It's too high. Get the price down. See, I speak perfect Italian.
Yeah, you
25.
do. It's terrific.
How about 20?
20, 22, 22.
No. We toss a coin, heads or tails, 20, 30.
This is a typical Mark Franks ploy, but will it pay off?
Heads, 20. Tails, 30.
Right.
Right, go on, pay him the money.
Perché tu sei simpatico, sei carino. 20.
20?
Yes.
I haven't got to kiss you because I'm not going to, you know that. He's letting you have it 20.
All right.
And he says something about
All right.
give him your phone number, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, Mark's magical charms worked there. They've got the flask for £14. Whether Sue can make a profit, though, remains to be seen. As lunchtime approaches, both mother and daughter are bargain spotting with the best of them. And it's time to take stock of the situation so far. Shopaholic Zoe has been the star spender this morning and has just £68 left in her money belt. Sue's also taken some huge bites out of her budget, and she has £119 left to spend. Zoe's stockpile includes some gorgeous glassware, and I particularly like this pair of decanters. They were great value at just £14, and I reckon they'll pull in a rosy result. But I'm less convinced by the model car, which may prove to have more value here in Modena than back in the UK, even at the modest price of £14. Sue has made some careful purchases, and these coat hooks were reeled in for an excellent £20. But I'm afraid I'm with Mark when it comes to the novelty wooden flask. And I think it's going to be a miracle if she finds a buyer. But maybe Sue will prove us all wrong when she and Zoe sell their stock at a market in the UK.
I think it's wonderful. For £25, I think you've got yourself a bargain.
So will it be mother or daughter who claims the bargain spotting crown?
Oh, so it looks as though you better get selling, haven't you? You've got quite a bit to get rid of.
No.
Zoe, as I understand it, you were only really introduced to antiques quite recently by your mum. Do you feel a bit of a heel taking her on in a competition like this?
Not really, no. I feel as though I can do probably better just because I'm a marketeer, so...
What do you think about that then, Mum?
No, no, really, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just enjoying the buying and doing everything. It's great.
Well, I'd like you to take a look at today's bonus item because this is going to make money for one of you on the day. Very simple item that I bought today. It's a 1950s pressed glass water jug. Take a look at it, but tell me what you think I paid for it in pounds. And whoever gets the closest will get this to sell on their stall. So let's start with you, Zoe.
About £25.
Okay, and so...
And I would say about £15.
I have to tell you, you are spot on, Sue. That is exactly what I paid for it. That could actually swing the result of the competition. So you got some catching up to do now, Zoe.
About that. Now she's going to be really determined. Now this has set the cat amongst the pigeons.
There's just a couple of hours left in today's market and our teams need to start emptying those money belts.
Now, time's ticking on, Zoe.
Yep.
And we've got quite a bit to spend, haven't we?
Certainly do.
What about a very boring coffee set?
No.
That really is dull, isn't it?
It is.
But this coffee set is not, Zoe. This is very, very typical 1970s. But do you know what? I've never really quite seen this sort of compacted, squashed effect before.
It's absolutely gross, but we can sell it.
But it's very, very typically 1970s.
Rivals Sue and Mark are also thinking coffee. Perhaps they're trying to tell me something.
So, come on, can I have a quick coffee? Look, there's a nice coffee store there. Let me just...
How about you making a coffee instead? Look what I found over here.
Oh, wow, that's pretty.
Hey.
What this?
Pretty old Italian, is it? With instructions?
Old Italians.
Coffee maker.
Yeah, they're so popular in Italy and they're so famous for making wonderful coffee.
Now, the irony of what's really happening commercially back home at the moment, and I think sort of globally, internationally, really is that this contemporary design all of a sudden is very much the in thing, as opposed to, do you see this jar and cover here, which is, it's a copy of an Amari, so it's a 19th century jar and cover. That is much more commercial than the Amari jar and cover right now at the moment.
It's quite hard to date. I would imagine it's probably from the late 60s, somewhere around about there. Heat the water up.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
You pull that down and woof you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Now, it's really funky. Would it clean up? I suppose it would, wouldn't it?
I think it might.
Have you got plenty of elbow grease with you?
Oh, certainly. Certainly.
Okay.
Years of experience, Mark. More than you have.
Oh, yeah. You're at least a year older than me, aren't you? Both in our 30s.
Thank you.
I like it, but the thing is, how much is it? That's the big question.
If that's £30, £40, I think we're in for a profit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you hate it with a passion?
I think it's disgusting.
But can you sell it with a passion?
I can sell it with a passion.
Okay, let's see what we can get it for. Signor, quanto costa?
30, sì.
30. Possible for 20?
Yes.
Yes? 20? 20 euros.
20.
Grazie.
Va bene.
Grazie.
Grazie lei.
Excellent. That's really excellent news. That's about just a sort of under 15 quid.
That's brilliant.
Zoe and Jonty have got a bargain price for their coffee set. Now all we need is some coffee.
Ciao. Quanto costa?
100 euro.
Oh, he wants 100 euros, 70 quid. Quite a lot of money. What do you reckon?
I'd say about 50 quid.
75 euros?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Okay, how about 75?
75 è un po' poco.
Oh, that's a good price, come on. I've got to get all the way back to London, polish it up.
Facciamo metà metà.
On your bike. On your bike. Yes or no? Yes? Come on, please.
Oh, he's a good actor, isn't
Dai,
he?
vai.
Hey, he's a good man. Give him the money,
No,
honey.
dai, cacco.
And I'll get this free of charge.
Oh,
How about
good,
that?
okay.
Va
Can't be
bene.
bad.
£51 for the coffee machine is a very tasty result. I'll have an espresso, please, Mark.
Oh,
hello.
La la.
Hello, you pulled again.
The market is starting to wind down, and before it completely packs up, I've come to make my second purchase of the day. Whenever I buy the prize for our contestants, I always hope that the thing that I choose will forever be a very happy reminder for them of the time that they spent in a foreign market. And I certainly hope that that'll be the case today for either Sue or Zoe, because what I've chosen is this pair of paintings. Now, they were done by a local artist. He's called Girolomini Vittorio, and he's based right here in Modena. And he's made his name by producing these very distinctive, long, narrow oil paintings of the Italian countryside. He's already had major exhibitions in 5 great Italian cities and is becoming very, very collectible. The pair together are worth in excess of £200. And I think they're not just going to be a very happy memory, but I hope also will become not just collectible, but also a wonderful antique for the future. But there's still a long way to go in this contest. And on the stalls, our teams have less than 1 hour to spend the rest of their £350.
So it's desperate Dan stakes.
Okay.
We've got 60 euros, about 40 quid burning holes in our
Right.
pockets here.
What
Yes,
about
so-
this? This is fantastic.
You love it. I can
I
tell.
do! Oh, look at it, little teardrops.
Sue reckons she's got the perfect way to spend her last £68.
So I've got to ask you, why have you brought me to this store? We've got 100 euros left, 70 quid. Most of it is reproduction.
Yeah, but what caught my eye were these paperweights,
Very
which
good.
I thought really attractive.
I'm with you all the way because glass in Italy is always cheap.
Now, a lot of people try and sell you these as period, something that's really quite old, maybe 19th century. That's a load of poppycock most of the time, because it was only really in the 20s that domestic houses were converted to electricity. So these are no older than 1920s. I would suggest this is something very much sort of post-war.
These ones haven't got any maker's marks on them. I think they're fairly modern.
Fairly new, yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's a good bit of weight there,
super.
and they're quite nice. Now,
Yeah.
do you know how they get these air bubbles in there?
No.
You've got the hot glass, and you stick, can you imagine like a needle in the bottom, and you blow through it, and it creates an air bubble, and you pull the needle out, and that's how you get that sort of wispy line at the bottom of it. So the big point is, Sue, how much are they?
Getting a good price is what this game is all about, and that's the question that's on Jonty's lips too.
Should we find out how much it is?
Yep, absolutely.
So, signor, quanto costa?
80 euro.
80, that's 80 euros. That's very, very good news indeed. Can you do it for 60 euros? That's 40 quid.
Yes.
60 euros? Yes? Sì?
Fino a mercato, vabbè, dai.
Yes.
Finito il mercato, ok.
Grazie. That's the end of the day. Well done.
Yes.
Pay the man the money. It's 40 quid.
Fantastic.
That's our money, so just give him the money.
Zoe and Jonty have finished on a high with a sparkling £40 deal on their chandelier.
Finished. Well done. And look, that's a real bargain.
Brilliant.
Can Sue and Mark spend up in such style?
Okay, so here's the deal. I spoke to the guy. I've said we've got 100 euros left. It's quite simple. Take it or leave it. We want all 15. He's going to go for it.
Good, so
Means
are we.
spent up. Come here,
Yeah.
girl. Whee!
Fantastic! £68 for 15 paperweights is a bona fide bargain. And after a hectic day of wheeling and dealing, our teams have spent their entire £350. Zoe made her £350 go a long way and bought 17 items, whilst Mum Sue scraped past the minimum requirement with 11 items. Of Zoe's items, I think this tasteful tea set could turn a tidy profit. It cost just £27 and should be really popular with tea-loving Brits. But at £40, I reckon the modern teardrop chandelier was a risky purchase. Sue's added to her lighting collection with these 3 glass lamps from the 70s. For just £17, they'll add an extra dose of style to her UK stall. But I'm not really convinced that the oh-so-Italian coffee machine will appeal to British buyers. But which items do our teams think will bring home the bacon? Well done, teams. A Grand Prix finish. Spent all your money. You've got some great... Well, you are certainly cradling something with great love and attention there, Zoe. What did you buy?
It's called a centrepiece.
And is that your favourite item
It
all day?
is.
Why?
I don't know, it's just really weird looking. I just love it.
And is that going to make you the most profit, do you think, Jonty?
I think it's a great object. Not necessarily so, but Zoe managed to spot this.
Well, you used to put bottle gardens in those, didn't you?
Yes, well, you can still do that. But we have a cunning plan. We might fill this with wine to entice our buyers just that little bit more.
You've got a very determined daughter here, Sue. She is quite determined that she's going to win, but do you think she's going to manage it with the things she's bought?
Perhaps not.
What have you got tucked up your sleeve, then, that you think is going to make the difference?
Well, they're a bit round and big to tuck up my sleeve, but I think these lamps are absolutely superb.
Really? Are they going to make you the most money, do you think, Mark?
They're going to make us a big profit, I'm sure.
But
talking about making money.
Yes.
What's going to make us the least money is this dreadful
do I detect a note of dissension here?
Yes, we did argue slightly, but she has the final say, as you quite rightly said at the beginning.
Right, well, we'll find out when we get to the market in the UK, because you've all bought quite a lot of glass, so we're going to have to wrap this very carefully so that it all arrives in one piece at the UK market, which is where we're going to see you next, and we'll see you there too. Well, it's a week since we were at the market in Modena. Now we've come to Stevenson's farm, which is near Basildon in Essex, for a very early start on what is an incredibly misty morning. But it's here that once every week some 500 people come to set up their stalls and sell their wares. So it's here that Sue and Zoe are going to sample another side of the antiques trade. They're going to see whether or not they've now got the skills to pull in the punters, sell their entire Italian stock, and hopefully also make a profit. And of course, whichever one makes the most money at the end of the day, they will win today's prize, which is this lovely pair of Italian oil paintings, a very evocative reminder of their trip to Italy. Well, we're all set, so let's get selling. Today's event is part antiques fair, part boot sale, and it'll be finished by lunchtime. So with just 6 hours to sell, the girls need to unpack fast. There's plenty of rivalry between these two, and Sue's wooden flask causes some early banter.
Won't sell it. No way.
I think perhaps I will. You'll be surprised. My powers of selling.
I doubt it.
With their stalls laid out to perfection, the selling can begin, and our experts have some top tips.
What I want you to do is take some early profits. If somebody offers you a profit, take their money.
Yeah.
Think 100% markup and then come back down from there.
I've priced most of the things up, but the only thing I can't price up is the wooden flask that you bought.
I've had people looking at it, you know,
Yeah,
already
that's
interested.
before the sun come up. That was when it was still dark.
Look at mine and look at Mum's.
Oh, we've got great stock.
So it's
Very
better.
pleased.
So there's
Yeah.
no problem here.
Zoe is brimming with confidence, but will she make the first sale? Doesn't look like it.
Hello. Morning. Hi there. How are you? What are you looking for?
Just having a little nose. I quite like
Good.
the these, actually.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Really attractive. Look nice in the sun. They're £8.
Sue's paperweights cost just £4 each.
This makes sense.
I'll take 7.
Okay,
Is that
cool.
okay?
Yep.
Right,
Okay.
jolly good.
So it's Sue who bags the first sale with a £3 profit on her paperweight.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And you?
Can we tempt you to buy anything off of our stall here?
How much is a Ferrari?
Well, they're usually 100 grand, but you can have that for 20 quid, sir.
Bit steep.
Bit steep.
A bit steep. It's all the way from
It's a
Italy.
bargain of the day. Now, is there anything else you like on the stand?
I like the 2 decanters there. How much
Do you? How much are these, boss?
£20.
£20.
For
How
two.
about that, sir?
Would you take 15?
Oh, no. I'll split the difference with you. You can have them for 17.
I'll flip you heads or tails for 15.
15 or 17.
17.
Okay, I'm going to go for heads.
Your heads?
Right. You're on. Oh dear, £17.
I had no idea Jonty was a gambling man, but it certainly paid off with a £3 profit on Zoe's decanters.
It's looking rather nice, isn't it?
It is.
You've
We're
done a good
getting,
job so
we're
far.
getting rid of quite a few
Hello,
things.
sir. All cheap, all lovely. Won't be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
My wife collects each sort of thing.
They were 10. I'll do it for a £5 because I like you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You believe him, you
Deal?
believe
You're on.
anybody.
2 down, 13 to go. Next door, Zoe's £20 coat hooks are under inspection.
How much are coat hooks, please?
20.
That's only cost price. You're supposed to be making a profit.
All the way from Italy.
Yeah, okay. I'll have those ones.
Brilliant, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Zoe's broken even. But hang on, the coat hook collector is heading straight to Mum's stall.
Morning, how are you?
What's your coat hooks?
The coat hooks are 40.
Sue's aiming high.
What would you like to... Are you interested?
No, it's too
much. What would you like to offer?
25?
I'll go a bit more, 30. They're yours. Any good?
Okay, yeah. I'll have
Okay,
them.
right, fine, thanks very much.
It seems Mother knows best when it comes to turning coat hooks into profit.
Also, it looks as though you better get selling, haven't you? You've got quite a bit to get rid of. No, you're losing.
No, I'm not. Fine.
Sue seems to have the upper hand at this stage, and now she's got a buyer interested in a silver picture frame.
It needs a little bit of TLC.
TLC,
I need a
yes.
little bit of TLC.
Don't we?
Yeah. And he comes really cheap, 50p.
Oh, come on, Sue, he's worth at least £1.
Go on, I'm going to take
Yeah,
it.
brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, great. And him later. What time would you like him?
Sue's keeping herself in the picture with yet another profit, even if it is just £1. Zoe's early confidence is ebbing away, and despite her best efforts, she just can't pull in the punters.
Would you like to come and see our stand? Can't invite you to come and see what we're selling. Especially to come and see ours, I don't know, running away.
But it's getting better and better for Sue, and now she's got an offer of £120 for her 2 dome lights.
Can we check that? Is it looking all right?
You made it in the next line.
Yes.
Smells good. That's a deal.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's a fantastic result, and Sue and Mark waste no time in gloating.
Yes.
Big lump of our
I
money
think we're beating Zoe now, I think. Yes, I hate to say it. I think we're beating you now, Zoe.
I can't hear you.
Knock, knock.
Yeah. Who's there?
Zoe.
Zoe who?
Exactly.
Today's market is in full flow, and a quick tour with Jonty reveals everything from the weird to the wonderful.
I'm always amazed what you can find in a car book sales just like this one. Yeah. And this little travelling box just down here is something that has really caught my eye. It's called campaign furniture, and there's a whole raft of campaign furniture that's made essentially for English officers travelling the globe. But it reveals a secret. Have a look at this. I'll just undo it for you.
Yeah.
Now, here are the legs.
Oh,
see if I can...
right little box of tricks, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that goes
hold
like
that up,
so.
yeah.
I'm going to stand them up for you. Like so.
And then...
And here we've got our travelling harmonium. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, fantastic. The Keswick portable organ.
Now, musical instruments like this would have been literally travelling the globe with probably missionaries. So when we had the Empire, this would have been probably made between the wars, so 1920s, that kind of period.
And what do these things down here do?
Those are
These
the bellows. Those are the bellows.
Yeah.
So if you can pump on those, there you go, perfect.
Just imagine, can't you, out in the middle of somewhere, people sitting around singing "Onward Christian Soldiers" to that.
It's quite short. Now the dealer who's selling this is selling it for around £70, which I think is a really good buy.
That's nothing, is it?
Well, it's lovely because there are huge collectors for campaign furniture. This would complement anybody's collection. I think it's a lovely thing.
You've got wonderful pieces of furniture like this. What wonderful stories they would have to tell of where they've been and the songs that have been sung around them.
I often think that. I often think if only antiques could tell their own story, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing?
And if this told the story, it would be a musical, wouldn't it? But back to our busy boot sale, where Zoe's sales have taken a downward slide. And it's time for Jonty to lay down the law.
Zoe, we need a little team chat.
Right.
I noticed the table is completely full of stock still. What have you been doing? What have you been doing?
Everybody's interested, they're just not bought.
Well, you've got to get that sale. It's all got to go.
Perhaps you could show her how it's done, Jonty.
This should be in excess of £100 in an antique shop, but I'm now going to accept 45 quid for it. Feel that quality. It's really beautiful. You'll be mad not to buy it.
Do 30 for it.
I'll meet you halfway because it's got to go.
30's all I got.
35. 35? You're going to sell it to him?
Yeah.
Sold to you for 30 quid, sir.
Well, it's an £11 loss, but at least it's money in the money belt. On the opposite stall, Sue's flask is taking yet more flack.
Still here, isn't it?
Yeah,
so can I
it's,
interest you in this? Look at this, nice bit of schmatter.
What is it?
I don't know, you tell me. It's a
really
flask
trendy.
flask.
Everybody likes that.
It's vacuum flask made of wood. I don't understand
I'm more interested in that.
Oh, yeah.
If the price is right, of course.
But the price will be right. I'll do it for a tenner, an Ayrton and centre. Can't go wrong for that.
Too expensive for me.
How do you put up with him? How do you put up with him?
How about
When's the last time you had for dinner? How tight is he?
how about a fiver?
How about £3.50?
Come off it, a fiver.
Sold.
Good deal.
Sold for £3.50.
Yeah.
Is that all, Sue? Still, she's impressed with her pure profit, even if Mark isn't.
I made a decision. We're nearly finished here. We're going to be the winners.
One word. Haggle.
Zoe's been lagging behind, but business is starting to pick up.
How much is this? Yours for 15 quid.
15.
No. Make me a sensible offer and it's yours.
I'll give you 7 quid.
Sold.
6, you said, yeah?
That looks like laundered money to me. Look at that.
I think it is, yeah.
I think it's what they call
in the washing
been
machine.
through the laundry. Yeah.
I wouldn't complain, Jonty. It's all cash for the kitty, and you've already got your next customer.
The coffee set is £40. But make me a sensible offer and you can have it.
Why don't we do a deal and do the coffee set with our coffee machine?
That's a good idea.
You stay over there and I'll stay over here.
So, despite Sue's best effort, Zoe sells the set for £27 and breaks even. But over on Sue's stall, there's a miracle in the making.
It's this thing that I'm
Yes.
interested in.
That's something I found in Italy. I thought it was absolutely just astoundingly different.
It is, it's very different.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
You weren't that impressed, were you, Mark?
I'm very confused.
Why, what don't you like about it?
Oh, I think it's wonderful, and for £25, I think you've got yourself a bargain.
No, it's going to have to be less than that, I'm afraid.
18?
15 and you've got a sale.
15.
I think we'll manage that.
Can you just answer me one question? What on earth are you going to do with this?
I think it'll look lovely summertime in the garden, out on my picnic table, full of sangria or something like that. So
I think that's good.
where
Can we
I
have
want
an
it.
invite, please?
I'm going to be busy that day, that's for sure.
I know you might
Yeah,
be.
well, you've got a long way to travel.
Sue has certainly shown us. It's a £1 profit on the flask and a large slice of humble pie for Mark Franks. But how are the girls enjoying selling?
Well, it was a crack of dawn start for the mother and daughter act, and you made a flying start with the stuff off your stall.
We certainly did. It was really, really good, really promising, and we had lots of interest and lovely, lovely stuff, and off we went.
Is that one of the big lessons that you both learned, that you've got to take what you can get when you can get it?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But like my centrepiece, which was my nice piece, that's gone. But that was a bit of bargaining to do.
And has there been the competition between you in selling that there was between you when you were buying?
More so Steph, I think.
I think so,
So I thought I was winning at one point until you sold your lamps, so now I'm a bit worried.
Well, the people are thinning out too, so I better let you grab as many of the customers as you can possibly get. Good luck to you both.
There's less than an hour to go here in Basildon, and stalls are packing up left, right and centre. Jonty's decided to take urgent action.
Before you go, would you, both of you, because she looks like better looking than you are, come out and have a look at my stand? Everything's got to go. Everything has to be sold. Come on, come have a look.
Well, they've got him out of the car, but can they make a sale?
Coffee set's nice,
Isn't that great? Now we started off asking about sort of 50 quid for that, so we're going to come all the way down.
How far have you got down so
Well,
far?
we're around 20 quid.
That's a bit too high.
Go on, it's lovely.
I'll tell you what, a tenner.
Okay, you got a deal.
Good man.
It's another tenner in Zoe's money belt, and I guess that's what you'd call passing trade, eh, Jonty? Well, after a busy morning, Sue is down to her last few items.
Do you know how much the lamp is, please?
Yeah, the lamp is £30.
I really want to pay that much.
What sort of price would you like to pay?
20?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
I'll let you go for 20, yeah.
Even at this stage of the day, Sue is managing to break even. But can Zoe keep up with her fast-moving mum?
Now, we've all got to sell everything off of this table. Is anything you like?
Anything you like. Ferrari.
I like the Ferrari, yeah. How much do you want for it?
15.
15's a bit much. I'll give you £10.
£10 for a Ferrari?
For a Ferrari, it's a bargain.
That is a bargain. That's
for
what
me.
I call a bargain.
Zoe's pocketed the £10, but she's actually made a £4 loss.
You're going to drive it away now, are you?
Yeah, I'll take it away. I'll take it for a test drive.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
It's interesting,
Hi.
your coffee machine there.
Yeah, it's really quite a novel machine, isn't it? What would you be prepared to pay for it? 20 quid?
I'll go 15 on it. How's that?
Okay,
Yeah?
that's fine.
Ouch! That's Sue's biggest loss so far, and Zoe is still in contention. But this market is all over bar the shouting.
Come on, last bits. Just got 3 lights.
Madam, can I borrow you for 1 second?
Please, somebody come and buy these lights, please.
So, is it too late for a last-minute recovery?
Make a sensible offer, and it's yours. It's absolutely yours. I've got to sell it, and also my arm's aching.
15.
Go on then, yours 15 quid.
£15 isn't a bad result in an almost empty field.
3 lights for a tenner. Any good, anyone? 3 lights for a tenner, sir.
Got £1. Will that do?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yay!
Sold up. Hey! Bit cheap for £1, but never mind. Well done.
Sue's just happy to have cleared the lot, and her daughter's not far behind.
£1 is our final item. We have to sell it.
You have to?
Yeah.
So you'd probably take 50p for it
Absolutely
then,
not. It's your
Quid.
pound.
Go on then. have a
Good
pound.
man. Thank you
Thank
very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
So that's it. The teams are sold up. And after some serious competition, it's time to see who's emerged the winner. Zoe struggled at times, but she did make several small profits, the best of which was a £3 gain on these glass decanters. Her biggest loss came from the droplet chandelier, which quite literally dropped £25. Sue's approach was to sell, and she peaked at an £18 profit on 2 of her contemporary lights. But her quick-fire selling technique didn't always work, and she lost a hefty £36 on the coffee machine. But is it Zoe or Sue who's made the best return on their £350 kitty?
Well, I think we didn't have just the mother and daughter act. We had a bit of the sort of tortoise and the hare today, because Mother went off to a flying start, but Zoe, you were a bit slow to start, but caught up at the end.
At the end. It was quite hard this morning.
Now, is that because you're not a morning person?
Definitely.
Jonty, was it difficult to get her to sell?
I think so. I think Zoe wanted to keep most of the stuff, and I think her heart was in keeping it rather than selling it for a profit. And I think that was like part of a wee bit of a problem we had today.
But did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was good.
You did? But has it given you a bit more respect for the people who do this for a living 7 days a week?
It certainly has, yeah. I really think they work really, really hard.
And how about you, Mark? You pleased with the things that went today?
Well, it's an interesting day because it's very short-lived. Come lunchtime, it's done and dusted. People are more or less gone. It's an empty field. And I think Sue done very well. She actually sold that wooden vacuum flask for a profit. If I had a hat on, I'd be taking it off. I really...
And eating it.
Yes, quite right.
Well, you don't have to, because you've both done extremely well. Out of the £350, you've managed to claw back 240.
Not bad.
Which is not bad. But Mother, I have to say, Mother knows best. Mother has managed to do, and I've always wanted to do this, 3, 2, 1, £321. You are the winner, which means that you win the prize, which is this pair of oil paintings done by an artist in Modena, and they're scenes from the area in which you were filming, so I hope that they're going to be a very, very happy reminder of your time there.
Yeah. Well, I think we ought to have one each, don't we?
How very generous.
I do.
Generous mum. Enjoy them, and I hope that you've enjoyed today as well. Come back and join us again for more Sunsea and bargain spotting next time we see you. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye.